What up, everyone? Pyzilla57 here, playing some Marvel Heroes Omega. And in this video, I'm gonna give go through the trophies and kind of give you some tips and tricks on how I got them and how you can get them if you're interested in getting the platinum. So this video is going to act as kind of a trophy guide. So in Marvel Heroes Omega, it is a free-to-play game. There are 35 trophies. 14 of them are bronze, 17 of them are silver, 3 of them are gold, and of course there's 1 platinum. So 10 of them are related to just completing the story. There are 9 chapters plus a prologue, so you'll get 1 trophy for each of those, for completing each of those. Next, once you've completed the story, you'll have all 6 headquarters unlocked, and you need to visit all 6 of them to get another trophy. If you go to the SHIELD training room headquarter, you can defeat a training room dummy, which is how to get another trophy. And the training dummies, they're yellow and they're in the very back of the room. I do have a video up, so you can watch that video if you need help or if you want a visual on that. 2 more trophies you can get are to complete 14 different operations and then open 50 bounty chests. There are 15 different operations. The main game started with 14, but with the addition of the Spider-Man Homecoming DLC that I'll talk about later, they added an additional one, so now there are 15. You have to complete 14 different of those to get that trophy, and the operations are pretty quick. If you want to beat them real easily, you just have to go to the operation, and then you can just use your travel power to go straight to the boss, the villain they have to defeat, and then just defeat him, and you'll be done. But also related to the operations, you have to open 50 bounty chests, and each operation will allow you to get either 1, 2, or 3 bounty chests. And those operations, like if there's an operation that gives you 3 bounty chests, up to 3, that operation will always give you up to 3. And then if there's a operation that gives you 1, you can only get 1 from that operation every time. But to get the 1 bounty chest, you'll have to defeat 100 enemies, and then to get 2, I think it's 225 enemies, and then 350 for to get all 3 bounty chests. And there's another trophy for looting 1 million credits. There's some dispute on whether or not this includes selling items. I don't believe it does include selling items, because in the description it says to loot 1 million credits. And also at one time I've had more than 2 million credits at one time, and I did not have the trophy. So I'm pretty sure that it has to all be looted. So it'll probably be one of the later trophies you get, but the more you play and the higher the difficulty you play, you'll get more credits. And there are also currency boosters you can use to help with that. There are 2 trophies related to Midtown Patrol. One is for rescuing 100 civilians, and then also for defeating 150 supervillains. For the civilians, to rescue them, those civilians are indicated with like orange bubbles above their head with like 3 dots. And to defeat that, or to rescue them, you just have to find them and then like defeat the couple enemies around them, and then just go up to them and press X. What I did was I just held R2 for my travel power and just quickly traveled around Midtown until I came across them. And I got it pretty quickly when I did that. There's the other one for defeating 150 supervillains. Every 5 minutes in Midtown Patrol, there's an event that occurs. And these events will spawn, I think, like 3 to 6 supervillains. And once those events start, you just have to go to them and then just defeat them. So again, that one actually goes by fairly quickly. And then also outside of those events, like in between events, there are 3 other supervillains that are usually always around that you can go and defeat them as well. There's a trophy for reaching level 60 with any hero, and then there's another one for reaching level 60 with 5 different heroes. So just playing the game will obviously get you experience, and the higher the difficulty you play on will also give you experience. And there's also currency or experience boosters. And then each time you reach level 60 with the hero, you get a permanent plus 10% experience boost. And if you're a VIP member, which you can become a VIP member if you buy one of the packs from the PSN store, if you buy GS, you'll become a VIP, which will give you another 10% plus 10% experience boost. There's another trophy for exploring all treasure rooms in each chapter of story mode. This is the only like collectible type trophy. I believe there are 63 in total, and for these, they're indicated by like a yellow glowing triangle on the doors. And for these, you just have to go in to the treasure room and then just walk out. You don't need to clear it. And Ranger Amy from Marvel Heroes Omega actually made like a spreadsheet with all of the different treasure rooms. So shout out to her, and that's what I used. If you can use it on your computer and just like click it once you've found that room, or what I did was I wrote every room down and then scratched it out once I found it. But I'll leave the link to that spreadsheet in the description of this video. Next, you have to loot 100 artifacts, and artifacts are found from defeating most bosses in story mode, and then they also drop in bounty chests from operations, as well as defeating supervillains in Midtown Patrol. Next, you have to complete 50 legendary quests, which these legendary quests are available after you've defeated the story mode with at least one hero, and these legendary quests are pretty easy. They're usually just like a part of the story they have to go to and defeat a certain number of creatures, or defeat the villain, or going to Midtown Patrol and defeating a certain number of like robots or giant creatures. So that usually goes by pretty quickly, and these legendary quests give you legendary marks. Which, speaking of legendary marks, you're going to need 100 legendary marks to buy a artifact modification kit, which from the logistics vendor, and you'll need this modification kit to apply a modification to an artifact for another trophy. And then also, along with these 100, along with this modification kit, you'll of course need an artifact as well as a certain number of crafting materials. So you might need some credits to buy the remaining materials if you don't have them. And then completing the super heroic trial and the cosmic trial with any hero will give you 2 more trophies. The super heroic trial is available after beating the heroic trial, which unlocks to level 11. And then the cosmic trial is available after you've beaten the super heroic trial and after you've reached level 60 with any hero. Next, you'll need to level any vendor to level 10. You can do this by donating crafting materials to vendors, and that's what I mainly did because I didn't find crafting too helpful in this game. I didn't really do it all that much, so I mainly just donated all of my crafting materials. But you can also buy engineering schematics, supplier contact information, and technical readouts from the logistics vendor to craft research projects from the research and development vendor. And if you have 5 stacks of either for any of these, you can buy a level 1 project for, I believe, 10,000 experience. If you have 12, you can buy a level 2 project for, I believe, 25,000 experience. And then if you have 25, you can buy a level 3 project for, I think, 50,000 experience. I'm not exactly sure on the experience. I believe it's around there, but I might be a little off. Next, you'll need to fully upgrade a legendary item, which is the biggest grind in this game. Will most likely be your very last trophy before the platinum, and it will stop a lot of people from getting the platinum. First, you need 300 legendary marks to buy a legendary item from the legendary item vendor, which can be found at the headquarters. All of the legendary items are 300 legendary marks, except for Helm of the All-Father, which is only 25. So if you'd rather go ahead and just quickly buy a legendary item and start leveling it up right away, you can use you can spend 25 legendary marks, which you get from legendary quests or possibly defeating supervillains in the Midtown Patrol if you have appropriate booster. Or you can save up to 300 legendary marks to buy a specific legendary item for your main hero that you use. because once you bind the legendary item to a hero, it binds to that hero, and you can only you can unbind it with like an unbinding kit, but that resets the experience to 0. And you start at rank 0 with this legendary item, and to get to rank 1 you need 30 million experience, and then 60 million for rank 2, and then 90 million, then 150 million, and finally 240 million. And each time you get to the next rank, it goes back to 0 million. So like to go from rank 4 to 5, you'll need all 240 million experience and not just 90. So what I did for this was you should save up your XP boosters, because those will help a lot. And I used my XP boosters on Cosmic difficulty, and I farmed the treasure rooms, and I got roughly 1 million experience per treasure room. So next, you'll need to collect 100 relics of the same type. There are 6 different relics, and you'll need 100 of one of the same type of one of the relics. It may seem like a grind, and it will take a while to get there, but if you just keep playing the game, trying to get all your characters to level 60, or trying to get 5 characters level 60, or if you're trying to go for the legendary item one, this will come pretty quickly. And then next you'll need to loot a Cosmic Medallion, and for this you'll need to be playing on Cosmic difficulty, and Cosmic items will drop pretty frequently. You can play on, if you play on lower difficulties, there's like a very rare chance of possibly finding one, but not only will you have a very rare chance of finding one, it'll also need to be a Medallion. And then all bosses in story mode or operations or the supervillain showdowns all drop medallions, so just keep doing that and you should get one pretty quickly. I got one on my first try after trying on Cosmic difficulty. Next, you'll need to defeat 7 different supervillains in their showdowns. There are 8 in total, and the waypoint for a region will tell you if there is a supervillain in that region. I also have a video on my channel that shows the rough look, that shows all of the supervillain showdowns. They're always in the same region, but they're sometimes slightly in different spots in the region. Next, you'll need to complete 24 different special events in story mode. Each chapter has quite a few of these, maybe like 3 to 4 events in total, so you just have to like go around and do the events. As long as at the top it'll say event complete, you'll get credit for that. You need to do 24 different ones. Next, you have to prestige any hero once, and then also once again. And then, because once you prestige once, the experience gets back to level 60 after prestige is increased by 25%. So I equipped my legendary item to Storm, which is who I prestiged twice. So that helped with the experience. And then the hidden trophy in this game is to find and defeat a cosmic dupe. Now these are very rare. I actually only found one in all of my time playing, so this is luck based, unfortunately. But hopefully you'll find one pretty quickly. I found one pretty quickly early on when I started playing, but I didn't find another one since. So those are the 35 trophies in the base game. There are also 2 DLC trophies for defeating 10 different members of the Sinister Six, which can be found in Midtown Patrol or the Daily Bugle event/operation. And then also alone defeating Shocker in under 50 seconds upon entering the abandoned subway operations. That's pretty easy. Just once you know where he is, just as soon as you spawn, use your travel power to go straight to him. And once I got there, I used my signature move and my ultimate. I also have a video on my channel if you guys want to see that. So that's it for this. Thank you guys for watching. This was my first attempt at a trophy guide video. I've been wanting to do one for a while, but I actually wanted to have like the trophy list on my profile and go through each one so you can see the exact trophy details as I go through it. But because I don't have a game capture card, I can't do that, so this was the easiest way for me to do it. But hopefully it was still helpful to you guys. So yeah, hope you guys liked this video. So feel free, if you guys did, feel free to like it. So please subscribe to my channel, it helps a lot. And then also comment below what you thought of this video. If you have any suggestions for improvements on my next trophy guide video, or if you guys would like to see any other types of videos from me in the future. Alright, thanks guys. Pizilla